once left on copies ready to send it.
You just launch it when you're ready. Okay, hi guys. We are live right now on YouTube. We're hanging out today. We're doing something kind of fun. We're gonna bake gingerbread people live. Fetch Pet Care. Let me know when we're live. There. Fetch Pet Care and myself are teaming up to do this live gingerbread people cooking video. So feel free to ask me any questions. We have Sally behind the camera. Say hi, Sally. She'll be running any questions that you guys have and helping me out. So any baking questions, any pet questions, you know, I don't know, any questions you have about life, and we'll probably stay away from politics and religion, but just about anything else. So we're gonna have fun. We're gonna do that. We're gonna spend about 10 to 12 minutes doing that, and we're about to go live. I'm gonna be we're gonna be live on Facebook as well. So I'll be talking mainly to that because we'll be live on my channel and Fetch Pet Care's channel. But we thought we'd do it both because I appreciate all you guys that support me every single day on YouTube. So also I want to know, do you make any holiday items for your pet over the holiday?
All right, and we are live.
Hi, how are you? Here, can you turn it just a little bit this way for me, Talia?
Turn it.
Right there, perfect. Hey guys, I'm Rocky Kanaka, and I'm really excited to be here today. We are live. Fetch Pet Care and myself are teaming up, and we're going to take questions. We're going to bake in my kitchen in the dog bakery. We're in Venice, California, and today we're going to be making gingerbread people, but for dogs, right? So this is, we have a special guest here today. Zozo, an assistant. Hi. So this is my assistant Zoe, and she is, here, I'll come a little closer. She's a little nervous because she doesn't like clothes, so I put this holiday bandana on her, and she just freezes. I don't know about your dog or not, but she just freezes, which is kind of good because she's going to be hanging out with me, so I don't need her rambunctious. But if she does good, we'll give her a holiday treat. All right, everyone. Again, we'll before we start baking, we'll give a little bit of time to let everyone join us. I'll take her harness off. Let's see if that makes her a little more comfortable in assisting. Let's see if we can get it over I put the bandana on first. I should have taken the harness off first. You gotta have your sous chef ready to go, you know. She agreed to our taste testing, but I don't think she agreed to the holiday wear. Okay, does that feel better? Okay, you feel better. Okay, all right. Sit out, hang out with me. Will you grab Zoe's bed for me? Okay, so if you're just joining us, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to be baking gingerbread people right here at the dog bakery in Los Angeles, California. And I'm Rocky Kanaka. I'm a YouTuber, a pet chef. I do a lot of things, but really how everything started, I'm just going to put her down here for right now. And if you grab her, that'd be fine. So how all of this got started was I wanted to cook healthy for my dog. When you go to the store and you find treats and you don't know if you could eat that treat because some of the ingredients in there, that's not necessarily a good thing. So I thought, hey, why not have our dogs eat just like us? And so everything that you see in my kitchen and in my bakery are things that I could eat. In fact, some of the ingredients we use, your doctor would much prefer you eat these cookies than others. So why don't we start today with the finished product, what it will actually look like. Let me show you. So these we just bag up, and I don't know if you can see these, but these are the little gingerbread people. So that's what we're going to work on making today. If you can see those right there, and feel free if you need to come in closer. I know it's kind of close already, but that's the finished product we're going to make. And the good news about this is if your dog is large, you know, if it's German Shepherd size, we can use that big one right there, the Big Daddy. Or if you have a Chihuahua, you can use that one. Or if you have a large German Shepherd who is 10 pounds overweight, you can use that one. So you know your dog, but we're gonna get creative with this. Also, while we're doing this event, feel free to ask me any questions. We'll definitely take questions as we're going along. I have the team behind the camera that is just as much a part of pulling all this together as I am. I don't just wake up in the morning and have all these ingredients just here for me. So big team effort. But feel free to ask me any questions. I'll go through ingredients or or oven temperature, anything like that. So the trick to baking for your dogs, or the trick to cooking for your dogs, is less about what you put in there and more about what you don't put in there, right? So things that they can't have. If you were to feed your dog stuffing over the holidays, you have to be careful that it doesn't have onions in there. Or if you wanted to feed them a dessert treat, you want to make sure there's not sugar or chocolate or things that could really hurt your dogs. Raisins. Dogs can't have grapes and raisins, so there's a lot of grapes and raisins in holiday food. So you want to make sure you don't have that. So I'm going to walk you through the ingredients that we have first, and then we'll just go step by step. There's going to be a TV element to it here a little bit, right? Because I'm not going to have you wait 15 minutes for the items to bake in the oven. So we did pre-make some of those items. So let's get started. And if you're joining us, again, I'm Rocky Kanaka. Fetch Pet Care and myself have teamed up to bring you us baking gingerbread people for dogs right here in my bakery. I'm going to teach you all the secrets, all the ingredients. I'll also make sure that I provide all of the instructions. I can put it in the comments of the YouTube video. So, all right, we have some hearts coming in too. Thank you. I love you all as well. Thanks for joining us. And let's get started. Okay, so make sure you have a mixing bowl right here. Any mixing bowl will do, dependent on size. Before you start anything, go ahead and start your oven. That'll save you a lot of time. So go ahead and pre-warm your oven to 325. Also, you know your oven. So if your oven's cooks a little bit hot, you can pull it back and increase the cooking time. If it's a really good oven and it cooks at the exact temperature, 325 is always recommended. But play around with that a little bit because you know your oven. So let's walk through some of the ingredients. We're going to use honey. Now, honey is important because honey is going to be our base for the sweetness of the item, right? But with honey, what we're going to do is we're going to use that instead of sugar. Honey keeps a good, even glycemic level for the dog. Because I don't know about you, but I don't know a lot of dogs that need a lot more energy. We're going to do applesauce. Applesauce really adds to the flavor. I like unsweetened applesauce, so it doesn't have sugar added. Get organic or natural. It helps because then you don't have preservatives in there. We're going to use a little bit of oil and water. That's going to give us the consistency we need so the treat's not too dry. Okay, these are gingerbread people. So, that if you could just pretend you're smelling this right here, and you can see that's just ginger, and we're using fresh ground organic ginger right there. You can actually see that, and when you smell it, it smells like ginger. That alone will clear your sinus passages. But we're not just putting this in there for taste. The whole point of the ginger, that it tastes great, but it's also really good for the digestive system for dogs, just like it's good for us, right? Another thing that really helps with the dogs is the cinnamon. You go, well, do dogs like cinnamon? Yeah, they just like us, right? They really like cinnamon. Most of the time, dogs don't have cinnamon because when you think of cinnamon, you think cinnamon and sugar, especially on treats. So that's why cinnamon's so good. I have cinnamon every single day in my coffee. In hopes that it speeds up my metabolism because I eat dog cookies all day long. Okay, and then what are we using for the base? So we're making these wheat-free. Now we're not making these grain-free, right? There's a little bit of a difference there, but we are making it wheat-free. So we're using oat flour, we're using rice flour, and again, I'm going to provide the actual all the ingredients and the steps. I can put it in we're live on YouTube as well, so I can put it in the description there. Make sure you check that out. And I'll try to do an abridged version in the comments after we go live in Facebook. So we can, I'll put a link to a long video that has all that in there as well. I'll make sure you get it all, so if you miss any steps along the way, or if I'm not clear enough in the abridged version here, no problem. Okay, what about questions? Do we have any questions right now? Feel free to ask me questions. I'll keep baking. But if you have any questions, let me know, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button because I want to know you're here. I want to see you, And I want to know that you also love cooking for your dog. Okay, first we're going to take all the wet ingredients and we're going to mix those together. So I like to mix the wet ingredients and then the dry ingredients and then fold them. So we have water, we have our oil, we have our applesauce. And can I get a spatula? If you're going to be in the bakery, you got to have the right tools, you know. I just use my fingers. Sorry. So someone should have called the pro for this cooking session. Thank you. Okay, Umi, come here. This is Umi. She's the general manager here at the dog bakery. Any compliments or suggestions you guys have, feel free to send them to me. Any complaints?
Continue sending them to me.
All right, let's give a thumbs up for Umi there. Look at all those hearts coming across the screen for you. See, people like you.
Is that how this works?
That's more than I got. Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, and then we're going to put our honey in. Make sure you get every last drop of that honey. Those bees work hard, so we don't want any of that to go to waste. All right, we've got the wet ingredients in there. Now, one ingredient I didn't mention that's very important is a farm fresh egg. So I have 2 of them here in case my one-hand egg cracking skills are not as strong live as they are in person. So we'll go ahead and crack that one egg. Oh, I got some shell in there. That's all right, we'll just pull that out. You may already know this, but a great tip for eggs is if you do get some shell in there, just use the shell to get that out. That's over there. Okay, and yeah, thanks. I had all the ingredients, but none of the tools, right? So you don't need to worry about the egg. Just throw it all in there because we're gonna use the whisk and do it all at the same time. So we've got all our wet ingredients there now. Always handy to have an apron because otherwise you just wipe your hands on your pants and you can just hear your mother now going, "What are you doing?" So you have all that. I'm going to take the bigger bowl, put all the dry ingredients in there, and then I'm going to mix them together, right? So dry ingredients, we have our flours, our rice flour, our oat flour. I like oats as a grain. They're much better for dogs. Our ginger, our cinnamon. It smells really good. Without even popping this in the oven, it already smells like that fresh gingerbread. Holiday time is here, you know. It's December 1st, and you can smell it in the air when you're making gingerbread people cookies for dogs. Okay, so we are going to now just take our wet ingredients. I'm going to mix the wet ingredients a little bit so they're nice and mixed up. Go ahead and break that egg yolk. So you can see right there, I'm just mixing those wet ingredients together. And then we're going to, hi there, how are you? Don't mind us, we're doing a live Facebook event. Yeah. We're rocking and rolling over at the store, guys. It's holiday time, so we get pretty busy. We're baking day and night in the kitchen for your dogs. But hopefully now you'll be baking in the kitchen with us, so you'll know what we're going through. So I'm just going to take the wet and put it into the dry. And you know how I'm going to start actually with this is I have the whisk, which was great for the wet ingredients. I'm going to fold it, right? Folding's really good when you're baking this. So folding simply just taking the actual spatula and folding the items. Just like that. Right there. So, okay, it's going to take me a minute. I'm going to speed up this process since we are Facebook Live. Sorry, did Zoe get you over there? All right. Okay. Here, I'll take Zoe. A really great customer came in the door, and my dog was being absolutely rude. She take care of us here. Yeah, I'll take her. Come here. Zoe, look how sweet she is. Not. All right, so we've got some raw egg in there, so I'm not going to let her taste that dough. I would love to, and she'd probably be fine, but let's not risk it. So, are you misbehaving? You're not going to get any treats if you keep misbehaving. She's still going to get treats. Okay, so just hang out right there. So we folded that all together. So I want to show you this, what the consistency looks like, because it doesn't take long. Yeah, you know that smell, huh? I don't know if you can see her licking her chops. I'll show you her licking her chops, and I want to show you the consistency of the actual. So give a thumbs up for how delicious that looks. So you just want to stick your finger in there and eat some of that, huh? Now you're not gonna lick in front of the camera. So yeah, so that's what it looks like right there, and you're just gonna keep going with that until you get to that consistency. Now I've got one more ingredient. I'm actually gonna put my oat flour in there now, right? So I'm gonna add that. That's gonna thicken it up, and then that's gonna give the ability for me to get in there and really get the dough right. Okay, you stay right here, Zozo. Okay, so now we've got all that in there. I'm gonna fold that. And here's the trick when you get to, once you've folded that in a little bit. This is where you really get that handmade taste, something that is just can't pass up anywhere else. You get your hands in there, right? If you're not getting your hands dirty in the kitchen, you're not doing something right. So you just get your hands in there to make that dough. That'll take a little bit, right? Make sure you squish it all up. I'm going to skip to the next step. We already had the dough made in lieu of time. So that right there. Let me wash my hands 1 second. Okay, so then you take the dough. You have the dough ready. We already made dough last night in preparation for you guys because we appreciate you taking your time and we want to be quick. But the great thing about this recipe too is it doesn't take that long, right? It's a quick recipe. It's a simple ingredient recipe. Okay, so this is what the dough should look like. This one's cooled down a little bit, but it could be a little looser than that. But that's what the dough should actually look like. And then we're just gonna go right into it, right? So can you guys see that? You can see that on the table, right? Great. All right, give me a thumbs up if you can see that on the table. Right? Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So we've got our raw dough. Still smells good. I want to eat it. I want to let my dog eat some of that, but this one has egg in it, so you don't want to do that. And then I'm going to teach you guys some secrets. Now this is for baking for your pet, or baking for your family or yourself. Okay. So we're making this treat wheat-free, right? So we don't want to throw a bunch of flour on there so that the rolling pin doesn't stick to the actual dough. So what you can do is you can just take some saran wrap. Whoa. Just put the saran wrap on the actual. This is live, guys. Sometimes this happens. Don't need that piece. All right, so be gentle with your saran wrap and throw that on your dough. And this is a trick we actually use in the dog bakery, right? We're doing this on a regular basis. You'll put it right over your dough. You're gonna have your rolling pin. A little secret I like that'll help you a lot if you're ever rolling out dough and you can't get it even. There are these little baking rubber bands. You can just get them at any baking store or Amazon, and you put those on the rolling pin. You get perfect even dough every time, and you look like a pro. So you're gonna take that dough and roll it out. Don't be gentle. Just get after it. Roll that dough out. You don't have to go to the gym if you do enough of this, because you'll definitely get a workout. Go ahead and just get right in there. I'm gonna go ahead and just adjust the saran wrap real quick so it doesn't fold under. Thank you. Okay. Almost done. Guys, let me know if you have any questions about the process or the ingredients. I also want to know if you're baking for your dog this holiday season. Hopefully after you see this, you absolutely will bake for your dog. But leave down in the comments below too, just what you're going to bake for your dog. Is it going to be this? Do you bake other things? Do you have a tradition of baking for your dogs? Do you bake and then your dog sneaks some of those items? Okay. So that is all rolled out. And then after that, it gets really easy, right? You're going to take, I've got a bakery pan here, but any baking sheet will do. You'll take the baking sheet. You'll go ahead and stamp out the cookies. I'm going to do a couple different sizes here, just to show you. And the great thing about this is it doesn't rise. So you don't have to worry about, you can get it really close and put it really close together on the pan and fit as much as you want on there. It's not going to expand. The little guys, they take a little bit longer. But try to get as much of the dough as you can, and then you just put them on the pan. Now, what I like to do is I like to stamp them all out, and then pull the dough up, and then it's much easier to just put the little guys on there. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. We use the big guys here. Can't believe it's actually holiday time either. But I tell you what, you get in the kitchen and make some gingerbread, people, and smell that cinnamon and that ginger, and you will realize it is holiday time. Okay, so we've stamped a couple on those. We've stamped a couple of those on there, and then notice how I'm just going to pull the dough off around the actual gingerbread people. It just makes it go a lot faster instead of trying to pull the gingerbread people out. And you notice when I'm pulling the dough up, I'm leaving fingerprints in it. That way your gingerbread people come out looking just perfect. So pull that guy up and look at this. Look at this gingerbread person. We just had to watch him so he didn't run away, right? So that's give a thumbs up for our little gingerbread person right there. How good is that? Right? Gonna be delicious. Okay, so we'll put that on the pan. Doesn't take long. I don't know if you can hear it, but my phone's ringing right now. You guys, you don't have to call me. You can just leave comments and questions right on Facebook and YouTube there. Okay, let's see. So we've got a couple more here. And then what you're going to do with the dough, the extra dough, is you're just going to repeat. You're just going to repeat the process. So just ball the dough up, roll it out again, and stamp out gingerbread people, and just repeat until otherwise. Okay. So I'm going a little bit faster. I'm not doing perfection on these in lieu of time. But you see how you can just throw them right there on the pan? So you've got a pan sheet full of gingerbread people. When we do it at the bakery, we're using one size. We've got a large sheet. We're stamping it all out, and we're doing as many as we can, as fast as we can. But take your time at home and do different sizes if you want, or do all the same size. Right? My boxer, he would love this size. My little dog Zoe, who you met, well, she would also love that size. Okay, so earlier, like I said, we made a whole tray of these in the smaller size. So I'll show you that. But what you're going to do. Let me make sure I didn't miss any of my steps here. I want to go straight to my recipe. Yeah, we warmed up the oven. If you're just joining us now, make sure you warm up your oven 325. Start that process first, and then you don't have to wait for your oven. I'm Rocky Kanaka. We're doing a Facebook live event where we're baking gingerbread people in the bakery with Fetch Pet Care. We've joined forces this year to bring everyone this holiday recipe. So we're just cleaning up the dough, and imagine that you finish that, you roll this out again, you've stamped more gingerbread cookies, and you've got all the gingerbread cookies. Now you're going to put it in the oven. Now I like to do it for 20 minutes. That gives it a nice crisp outer edge. These don't need to be soft gingerbread people for your dog. They can have a little bit of a crisp. They're going to be soft because they're baked goods. But I like it. It's that more traditional bakery treat. So if you want, you can pull back and do 15, 17 minutes. The telltale way to make sure that it's cooked is stick a toothpick in the middle, and if it starts oozing out, then you know it's not cooked, or if it's a little too soft. But that's how you know based off your oven. So we've put those treats in the oven. We've like I said, we actually made a batch last night for you guys, so we were ready. But then you'll just go to the oven. Our oven's not actually on, but if you are doing an oven, use oven mitts, please. And then you'll pull them out of the oven. Now, we made mini ones, but look how delicious these look. Look at that. Look at that army of gingerbread people ready for dog treats. How good is that? Give that a thumbs up. We did it, guys. And it doesn't take long at all. Look at these things. I mean, they're really delicious. Look at that. And they smell like just like a human cookie, because effectively you saw all the ingredients that went in there. It's a gingerbread cookie. Look. It's good. Even more important, why don't we have Zoe try these? Since she's been such a good dog. Actually, she hasn't, but we'll still let her try some of these. Okay. Come here, Zozo. You have been sitting there really good. So, you want one of these? I might need to break it up for her. Let's see. Oh, you're going to go for the whole tray? She's like, no, I'll pass your one and I'll take the whole tray. Here, let me Here you go. Your treat. No, she's gonna make me look bad on camera. That's amazing. So, and Zoe, the reason I brought Zoe too is she's our biggest treat monster. You want this? No? Okay. Well, yeah, well, I promise you, dogs love them. And I promise you, Zoe's a treat monster too. So you're just not gonna do that for me for a live camera event, huh? And we can't cut and edit that either to her eating them later. So, but anyways, these treats are really amazing. Make sure little simple tricks and tips. Make sure when you pull them out of the oven, you let them cool longer than you think you need to, right? Even if you taste them and they're a little warm, or you pick them up and they're a little warm, the dogs can't do that same heat. They're not used to it. And more important, they don't know when to stop if it's too hot, right? They're just trying to scarf that treat down. Well, usually they're trying to scarf that treat down. But these little gingerbread people come out great. They're healthy and delicious for dogs. As always, feed in moderation, right? You don't want to feed too many of these. Imagine it's like if you sat down and ate a whole bag of these, you would probably have a little bit of a stomach ache. So go easy on them, but have fun with it. Make them big, make them small, do whatever you like. We make these day in and day out at the bakery, so if you mess up on the recipe, you can always get them from the dog bakery. We put a little peanut butter in ours, so feel free to experiment with yours and put a little flavor and taste in them. If you know your dog loves peanut butter, you can put a little bit of that in there. But really, it's just like baking for yourself. Simple ingredients, and guys, I really appreciate you joining with us. Ruth, thank you for saying great recipe, and then let's see, they look yummy. So I appreciate you guys leaving all those comments and being part of this Facebook Live. I appreciate Zoe. Love you, Zoe. That's what you gotta love about dogs, right? They're living in the moment. So, okay, thank you, and leave comments down below too. I'll jump on there as much as I can and try to respond to all those comments. I'm gonna put a link down below to a video that has this recipe as well, and then the recipe down in the comments, so you can feel free to just follow it step by step. And thanks for joining us, and from Fetch Pet Care too. Thanks for joining, and Fetch, thank you for hosting me and letting me host this event. It's something I love to do, so thanks. And I will be on Fridays. I'm live, so I'll be live Friday on YouTube and Facebook as well. Maybe we'll try to do another recipe. Okay, guys, thank you. And again, I'm Rocky Kanaka. Thanks from Fetch Pet Care and myself, and most important, Zoe. Say bye, Zoe. Bye. Bye. Now she probably wants cookies. Bye. Thank you.